Welcome one and all to The Boofening 2018, wherein the media made for months as if a blue wave wall was poised to purge the land of all Trump supporters, and then, as November 6th dawned, as the comic conductor warmed up the blue wave band, flattened his cravat, took his bow, whirled, raised his arms, and then, at last, in front of a breathless nation, in the heart of the spotlight's glare.
What happens in the next 2 years is just astonishing. It's probably a very short run for the Republicans, by the way, because they will outrun the mandate, they will be very radical, and then there'll be a reckoning in 2018.
Well, folks, now, I hate to say I told you so, but fuck you! I was right! Fuck you! I was right! Fuck! Now, I cut a full fucking rant before the election, one which I teased on Steven Crowder's show, many may have noticed, but said rant never materialized. I want to apologize for that up front, but as many of you know, I broke a bone 2.5 weeks or so back, and the mere act of sitting, whether with my foot flat on the ground or propped on Ben Shapiro's stack of phone books, remained excruciatingly painful until like the last week or so, and by then, the midterms were already upon us. But my predictions were made clear in multiple locations, both in previous rants and on my Twitter feed. No fucking blue wave. Cut, print, end the fuck of. The DNC, even prior to Hillary's jaw-dropping implosion, were already dreading the inevitable red wave they'd be facing in 2018, to the extent that many in the party were already predicting that even if she shambled across the finish line, a Hillary Clinton presidency would likely be little more than a 4-year fucking stopgap. Yes, the DNC itself was predicting she'd be a one-term president. The circumstances are such that even before the cremation of the Clindenberg, DNC insiders were bracing for what would likely be a, quote, disaster in 2018. Sound like the beginnings of a blue wave to you?
Now back to our show.
Look, the methodology ain't no mystery, folks. The math simply didn't add up, and it never goddamn did. Crunch those numbers, numbnuts. Republicans in the upcoming primary are defending just 8 seats. Democrats are defending 25. 2.5 times the potential for a fortune fucking. And it gets better. 5 of those Democrats were Hillary supporters and suffered an approval pummeling at the polls for it. And all 5 of whom are blue dog Democrat outliers residing in states they're lucky to have won in to begin with, as they happen to skew redder than a baboon's ass.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Which makes the fact that the fucking media pushed a purposefully AstroTurf narrative with a blue wave label that a left-wing special interest group coined to begin with for the express purpose of tipping the midterms all the more egregious. I mean, we live in a world where Sean Hannity, not a journalist but an editorialist, stepped on stage upon Trump's fierce insistence at a political rally and was reprimanded whole cloth for doing so by his theoretically conservative news network at Fox. Yet the entirety of the rest of the media, Fox fucking included, has been unironically parroting the fucking blue wave marketing tagline for the last 2 years that was originally coined in a promotional fucking Democrat Twitter hashtag. The result? The Senate not only stays red, Republicans actually picked up a few entrenched seats, while the House goes blue, albeit barely. In short, what was predicted as a wave election was really just an election. I stood firm opposing the idea of a red wave nearly as vociferously as I was in pinching a logic log on all this blue wave bullshit. But really, in concrete terms, when you look back on it in circumspection, I was kind of wrong. Given the massive mathematical advantage the Democrats had in the House, they should have skated to a supermajority here. Instead, they stand to win the day by all of 2 to 4 fucking seats. And that, my friends, is sadder than Oliver Twist with an oatmeal allergy. But the kicker of getting cock-blocked by GOP gains in the Senate, not to mention DNC darlings like Florida's Andrew Gillum getting goat-fucked after being consistently portrayed as a shoo-in in an election that's all but a formality by the shrieking harpies in mainstream media, with 9 out of the 11 Trump-endorsed candidates carrying the day, and Obama endorsements going 0 for fucking 4, well, good goddamn, that almost is a red wave. Arizona, mind you, once again went comfortably red, as I predicted, and the Senate race between Martha McSally and Polly Problem Glasses was closer than it ever should have been, once again, as I predicted, thanks to cinema being utterly insulated from criticism by the bought and paid for fuckheads in Arizona media. By the time I drop this rant, hopefully they've called the fucking race already, McSally being ahead by over a point with over 99% reporting. It might just be time to concede already there, Gal Gore. Either way, red wins or not, some of these numbers in Arizona are sketchier than a Jackson Pollock painting, and if Trump is for real, he'll look into some of this shit. Because out here in the desert, when they think no one's looking, the local DNC have been known to shepherd a Republican vote or 20,000 off a fucking cliff. Either way, over the next 2 years, the House should be a hoot and a half to watch. While it sucks to surrender control, in the long run, it's good news across the board for fucking Trump, I think. For one thing, while Democrats predicted disaster in the Senate in 2018, they were flat out fucking apoplectic at the unfavorable math in 2020. Now you got a House run by a bunch of hashtag resist Riri's that have espoused impeachment as a genuine possibility the last 2 years, even as the only tactically sound move to maintain their gains and revive the flagging Democratic brand is actually to feign moderation. I mean, well, fuck, the House coverage on C-SPAN's gonna be airing 2 years of complimentary Trump 2020 campaign ads going forward. For an inexperienced asshat, Trump is eerily fucking good at this, but give him a scapegoat to blame for not being able to do shit, heaven help me, I almost pity Pelosi. Either way, I've seen bigger blue waves in a Tampax commercial, and I don't know about you, but in this light, more and more, it's looking redder than Movie Bob's politics. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.